I gotta give out a rack after a rack after a rack after a rack. And I love you, JT.
So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, one of the craziest things, man, is that men in this society are willing to be beta male providers. And when I talk about being a provider and protector, they try to equate that with being a beta male provider. See, here's the thing. A beta male provider doesn't protect because you can't protect if you beta. You're too busy trying to provide and serve. See, here's the thing that you must understand. You can't protect that which you serve because protection is an alpha position. Serving is a submissive position. When you're at a restaurant and your server comes around, what do? Submit to your desires. They might have to run back to your table 15 times. Why? Because they have to submit to your desires. So let's not act like these are similar mindsets. They're actually not. Now, somebody sent me a video on IG, man. Quick video of uzivert on stage. And you know, he's been tied to, for quite a while now, City Girl JT. Now, he's been tricking off. That's what he does. Let's take a look.
Oh my God! Look at the wheels!
See what I mean? This is his MO. This is what he has to do. Take another look. Now we see this is his history. It's like this is what he has to do in order to keep this woman. But he doesn't want to do it. No man who has to pay a woman to stay wants to do it. But he wants the woman so bad that he just accepts the fact that if I want to keep this woman, this is what I got to do, but I don't like it. Let's take a look at this quick video, man, and we'll come back and chop it up on a real tip.
I'm like fully in a relationship, but you know, it still seems that every day I'm in the house, I gotta give out a rack after a rack after a rack after a rack. And I love you, JT.
Even in the videos where you see him giving her things, man, he don't look happy. When you see a man give a woman something and he looks happy, then he's okay with being who he is. He thinks she deserves it. In this situation, he knows he's just paying her to stay. And sometimes you just have to be honest. You have to vent. You have to let it out. And what better place to let it out than on stage? It's better to let it out on stage than let it out on social media with all of your millions of followers, right? Yeah. Unless it gets back to your millions of followers. Now, when you hear this, all you hear is a man who is saying, hey, man, look, I'm with this woman every day, giving her the best of me, man. I'm who I am, you know, and I still got to give her racks. Basically, what he's saying is just on a daily basis, he got to give her racks. She ain't going to stay if he don't give her racks. She ain't going to come around if he don't give her racks. You understand what I'm saying? This is the quintessential sugar baby, sugar daddy relationship. The problem is she might be older than him. The issue that men deal with in this society is you want to have a relationship not based on finances when the foundation of the relationship is finances. Now, yes, I say, man, get your money, have your money. Yes, you're going to have access to more women. More women are going to show you attraction confirmation if you got money. But just because a woman sees you as the bag does not mean you have to give her the bag.
You don't have to give her the bag.
You don't have to become a paymaster. That's a choice you make. And 9 times out of 10, y'all ain't looking for no relationship. So if you ain't looking for no relationship, how you get caught up in a situation with a woman for a year or two and you got to break the bed and you got to break bread with her every time you see her? That's a temporary situation where you play the game until you get what you want and try to keep her from getting what she wants, and then you move on. You shouldn't be in a situation like this. So the problem is men keep crossing up. Too many of y'all men want relationship, but you're trying to be players. If you're a man that's built for a relationship mentally and emotionally, you cannot ever be a player. Because the real you is always going to show at the very moment you feel like this woman may be the one. As soon as she gives you the positive energy, you're going to end up trying to create a true relationship with her. But you can't do that because then you're signing up to keep breaking bread because that's how you started. I tell you men all the time, man, listen, if you have to pay a woman to stay, you're going to have to pay her to play. That's just how it goes. Because one of the easiest things to do is give and receive a pleasurable situation intimately from a woman that already wants you. A woman that already wants you is already aroused by you. So it's difficult. You got to almost try for her to make her not have a pleasant experience, man, when she's intimate with you. Many men don't understand that. And so when you hear a man crying about, hey, bro, you don't get no sympathy, you decided that you were going to leave with your wallet, buying this woman all these fancy whips and buying that woman all this jewelry and all these bags and all that. And then you ain't got a sense enough to drop off like Quavo did. At least Quavo dropped off when the woman said, hey, you got to buy me a bag. You got to do this right here. And if you ain't paying, blah, blah, blah. At least Quavo dropped off. They may still kick it from time to time, but he realized that wasn't his girl. See, when you're in a situation with a woman and you're in a relationship, you don't have to just end all contact with the woman just because things don't go the way you wanted to. You demote her to the position she belongs in. I tell you, men, you got the mailroom, right? You got the normal employee level, you got the mid-management level, and you got the executive level. And the ultimate level is marriage, and that's the partnership level. Most women don't deserve to be there, but if you put a woman in the mid-level employee situation and you realize she deserves to be in the mailroom, don't get rid of her, don't fire her, demote her. I mean, that's if you feel like she deserves to be in the mailroom. If you have a lower position for her, demote her to that position. It's an easy thing to do. The same amount of interest you show in a woman on the executive level, if you realize she don't deserve to be there, then you cut that and you give her the interest that you would show a woman on the mid level. Now, if you got to drop a woman 2 levels or more, then she need to be gone. If you put her on the executive level, but she really need to be in the mailroom, homie, you made a terrible mistake. That ain't going to work out. You ain't going to ever be able to put her down there because you've already spoiled her with executive level treatment. But 1 level down, yeah, man, you just, and even if she don't accept it, you just let her move on. But you got to stop keeping a woman in a position that she don't deserve to be in. Obviously, what Uzi's saying is I have to pay this woman and I feel like I shouldn't have to. Now, some of that is emotion.
I love her and I give her all of me and I give her everything and I'll make her feel good and I love her to have her around me because
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
I love her, man. I love her so much.
I love you, baby, my pretty little baby. There's nothing you can do to keep me away from you.
But he got to pay to have her around. And this is a tough situation. And many of you men are in these situations. Many of you men know, man, if a woman don't come around if you don't break bread. And some of you men will go ahead and marry the woman. Many men are married and they accepted less than a man should accept to be with a woman. You understand? And Uzi probably would marry this chick, man, if she wanted to marry him. The bottom line is, we see a lot of things. Even when you look at Diddy and Young Miami. Yes, Diddy does fly things. She go on trips with him. She travel with him. But Diddy gonna travel anyway. If you're gonna travel anyway, ain't nothing wrong with bringing a bad little chick with you. You about to go anyway. You understand? If I'm going to Paris, man, and I take a bad little chick with me, it don't matter. I was finna go to Paris anyway. I wasn't finna stay in no small little piece of crap. I was already finna stay in a fly suite or a fly Airbnb or a fly palace or a fly villa somewhere. So it was already gonna be room for her anyway. What happens? I go to dinner, I got to pay for an extra dinner. That's cool. I don't mind that. It ain't gonna be that much more. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't deal with women who ain't been trained to know that you ain't never supposed to eat what a man eat. You go ahead and eat, and when that man will put his fork down, you put yours down too. Like, women have to be trained a certain way, man, in order to interact with me. I don't deal with women who ain't. Once I realize she ain't been trained that way, she can't rock with me. But that's just me. But in any situation, what Diddy is doing is not breaking bread with her, buying her expensive gifts and cars and bags and all of that. This is the difference between an OG and a youngin'. The OG is saying, hey, you got to earn everything I give you. Now, all you earn right now is my company because I love having you around me. If I love having you around me, okay, that's enough for you to earn my company. I love having you around me. I enjoy having you around me. You know what I'm saying? Give me that fountain of youth when you're around me. A youngin', he ain't gonna do that. He gonna be willing to just break bread, just buy gifts, just flex, trick off, do all of that. Because he hasn't elevated himself to the point where he believes just being around him is a gift. But it sounds like Uzi is getting to that point where he's saying, man, I still had to break bread, man, and I shouldn't have to do that. But you notice he ended it with, I love you, JT. That's what it is. Love got him caught up doing things that a man shouldn't do. And you know what that thing is? Give a woman anything you feel like she doesn't deserve. And obviously, he feels like she doesn't deserve this. Now, I will say this. Sometimes you get to the point where a woman did deserve something at first, and as you continue to grow or she regresses, then you wake up one day and realize she doesn't deserve that. So I'm not saying he never felt like she deserved it, but obviously now he feels like he's not getting his money's worth. Like he's getting a short end of the bargain. And at any point in any relationship, if you feel like you're being shortchanged in a relationship, flee the scene. I'm talking about Speedy Gonzalez. Underlay, Iba, underlay. Bounce. Because the reality of the situation is, if you stay in a situation where you're being shortchanged, it's not because you love the other person so much. It's because you love yourself so little. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted whenever I come through and upload some more of this real shit. And as always, alphas up, betas down. Peace.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though. Now I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers.